Yes. Um, Look at the individual. Like if you're talking to someone who's fat and they're talking to you about health, maybe that person is not really qualified to have this discussion.
If this guy, average Joe Rogan, is an example of the life-changing effects of psychedelics, how they induce spiritual awakenings and paradigm shifts that make the world a better place, that only means that psychedelics ain't shit. Well, despite numerous psychedelic trips, this idiot continued to remain an asshole. Just look at the anti-vaxxer campaign he orchestrated, all because he couldn't do his unfunny comedy shows for a while and be around people like a proper extrovert craves to be. He's the biggest cause of the anti-vaxxer nonsense, and who knows how many people died because of his lies, directly and indirectly.
Maybe they haven't taken care of their own physical health, so they really shouldn't be distributing information. If you knew something that could radically change the way your body responded to diseases, the kind of energy levels that you would have, your mental health, but yet you were ignoring it for some strange reason, well, that person has a giant hole in their life game, right? And there's a lot of people out there distributing health advice that have a giant fucking hole in their health game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like Bill Gates is a great example of that. He's got this big fat belly, and he's telling people they have to get vaccinated.
But then again, that's what he really wants, being a person who is only drawn to power. He despises the weak and the vulnerable fatties for not working out like he does. He criticizes Bill Gates for not being fit and therefore makes the argument that if all people were fit, they'd be able to fight the virus easily. Well, guess what? You can't turn the whole population into fit individuals overnight. And the vaccine was the only solution that saved countless lives, except the ones that show up on his bill. Probably 10 times more people would have died if it weren't for the vaccine. No amount of like vitamin D or whatever useless and ineffectual supplements he sells would have changed that. Moreover, people don't have the time to be as healthy, supposedly, as he is. I say supposedly because he doesn't even look that healthy. He's 56 or something, but he looks like a troll who hasn't seen the light of day for months with buckets under his eyes and shit. Just an ugly blobfish is what he is. Bill Gates created the best and most useful software products which actually changed the world, and he has charities that actually help people. Excuse him for not having the time to work out and be fit, and for caring about other people that may be vulnerable, and telling them that it would be wise to continue living with the help of a simple pinprick to the arm.
Like this kind of binary thinking, this kind of ridiculous way of looking at the world through only pharmacological interventions, through only medicine, through only this, through only that. There's so many different things that you have to do to be healthy, and it's too much work for most people. So they're not going to weight train enough. They're not going to eat the proper foods. They're not going to supplement their hormones. They're not going to do blood work on a regular basis and have someone who is a qualified physician who goes over that blood work with them and gives them a comprehensive understanding of what they need to do or not need to do. Hey, your blood pressure's too high. Hey, your body fat's too high. Hey, you're this, you're dehydrated, you're this, you're that. You have low vitamin D, you have low magnesium. All that shit is massively important. So when you see someone who's distributing advice and they clearly aren't paying attention to everything that we know today, well, they're not on the cusp. They're not ahead of the game. They shouldn't be the type of person that's telling the rest of the world what to do.
Yeah, it's like a dentist with bad teeth.
Yeah.
So yeah, if this guy is the best example of what psychedelics have to offer, I say keep them illegal, even though I do actually want them to be legalized. They didn't do, however, a good job of making this idiot more kind or whatever. He continued to be a sociopath, no matter how much he pretends to be the opposite, which he does mostly out of fear because he's scared shitless of that if he shows his true colors too much, he'll lose all the money he earned because that's what he really cares about.